Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Now a play fake here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
After the sack on first down, Goff. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play that time for the Seahawks. And even 50 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. Now it's the former Ram. This is Todd Gurley. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8. They try right side here, Gurley. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going.
Check. Hey, Charlie.
Throwing on third. Goff. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on second and 13. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, That opened things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Throwing, Jones. Gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. 2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Now Jones. He's going deep for Brown. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, in first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
He completes it to Henry. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Here's Jones operating from the gun. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Bear in mind they had 2 interceptions last week, but that was in 4 quarters. They've got 2 here in the first quarter alone.
And the unsung people in this streak, the pass rushers, because most of the time, they're the ones that affect things in the pocket for a quarterback trying to throw the football, rushing them, getting them off their spot, harassing them, and that allows the defensive backs, the linebackers, to swoop in and make the picks downfield.
And they're swooping. A run with Gurley there on first down. Going to get about 4 yards. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, lock it. Hey, we got 4. Look, squeeze. Watch out. Stop.
Here's Gurley. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Bravo. Ready?
Here's Goff. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Josh Allen in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. It's caught. Lockett. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. Here we go on 4th. Goff. Able to find Switzer. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a gain of 15. First down, Seahawks.
Brandon, I have one word for you after that completion for a first down.
Lucky?
Analytics.
Well, the analytics say you punt the football there.
So we're changing to analytics as we go, right? What a big-time play for them. And really took a big-time chance.
Yeah, big-time first half chance. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 18.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18.
Look at me, zipper. Shoot.
Now Gurley. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Don't get nervous. 22-jet bomber. 22-jet bomber. Rocket.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
Let's go. Bring it up.
1st and goal,
A
Seattle.
chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation, because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play.
Okay, just like that. Just like that. Check it out.
2nd down and goal. Goff. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line. Cooper was the intended target.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Get it.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 1-yard line.
Ready.
To throw from his end zone. Jones gets it to Strong. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Jones off the play fake. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Let's go.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
High 7. Go.
Throwing again. Jones. Hunter Henry brings it in. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the 1st half. So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. 2nd down and inches. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 32-yard line. Jones now 8 of 11 in this 1st half. He's got it 1st and 10. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now Jones, off play action, and it's complete. Henry. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Here we go. 60 or.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Hey, wahoo!
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Back to throw. Jones. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jones now. From the gun, he'll throw. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Knocking it away there defensively, Justin Coleman.
It's now 4th down.
Out is Carlson now for the Raider field goal. This from 42 yards out. Carlson able to put this one through. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Watch the run, watch the run. Mike 54. Mike 54.
Ready?
A final shot before break here. Goff. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started.
And that drives coaches insane. doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Ready. 50, plant.
Rip left.
Pollard going to try the right side. And some room to run now. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 31, Jones under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. J.J. Watt racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. And they got to get to the 23 here on 3rd.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
Here's Jones operating from the gun. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On first down, it's Gurley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Goff. This complete to Lockett. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one good for 37 yards.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval as a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the pistol, it's Gurley. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different? You know, because this has not worked all game long. They continue to try and get it done. They've got to come up with something a little bit different. Try something special, something they haven't seen.
Anything to score a point. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Topper! 5, 5! Hard!
Out of the gun. Gone. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
A nice run there by Gurley on 1st down as he'll get about 7 out of it. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
A gain of 14. First down, Seattle.
Ready? 8, read.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Come on, set. Look at me. Go. Hey, Alpha.
They go play action here on 1st down. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? So they take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right, and you just mentioned it, the defense did it again. They've bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
And he fends him off. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They could put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Got a man. It's Brown. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Hey.
Jones throwing on 4th down. And that is incomplete. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Ready?
Change the mic. Watch the run.
Coaching spell.
Say.
Leo.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. Even with the good move he showed, he'll be brought down short of the 15. There to stop him on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Bravo.
Gone. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 31 yards there to first down. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. He's going deep for Brown. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Rams on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. Operating from the gun, Jones. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. 2nd and 5 now. Goff. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he's going to cut it back right. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Todd Gurley, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Hey, Echo.
Check 24. Check 24. Slam, slam, slam.
They'll run on first down. Pollard, he's got the first down here inside the 30. And down to the 19-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. First down, and it's Pollard again. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. The Rams leave the offense on the field. They'll go for 2. Now a toss coming right side. Pollard, and he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here comes a 20th carry for Gurley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd.
Hey, box drop.
From the gun, here's Gone. And he connects with Ebron. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Goff now to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Defensively, there's still 3 timeouts. Do you even need to use them at this point?
I think a lot of coaches do it anyway, and it seems like cosmetics to us.
Does it just send a message you're not quitting?
Send a message that you're not quitting. Let your team know you're going to battle all the way, and you're always hoping for that ultimate miracle that something will happen, you'll pick up the ball and score, and you'll have a chance one more time and maybe on an onside kick, but not likely.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of